Hello friends, Marcy here, and we're ready for Colorverse Colorvent calendar, day 19. It's on the bottom corner, and of course, Diamine Inkvent. So let me get into the secret behind door number 19. To reveal a purple, it says Milky Way, and it is a glisten ink. Oh goodness, we've been waiting for another one of those since day 7. Gorgeous Milky Way glistening purple. What does it say about our ink here? It says Milky Way captures the beauty and mystery of the Milky Way in the night sky. Fabulous. So on the Diamine door 19, we find, is it a pink, a peach? It is a fruit cocktail. Okay, let me get this unwrapped and we'll be right back. All right, fruit cocktail. I can already, oh, it says it is a scented ink. So I was imagining the color, but now I'm imagining the scent. Fruit cocktail. All right, we are gonna we will start on the Colorverse side and enjoy this gorgeous Milky Way glistening ink. And I do need to agitate these particulates a bit to get them floating around so that we can get them into the nib and onto the paper. So pretty. Wow, that's a beautiful purple liquid. And I forget my bump on the back side of the paper because I have the chromatography strips glued in on the other side. I need to apply a firm pressure and get this spread evenly. So it's a gorgeous purple. And we're writing Milky Way. It looks like the shimmer that's in the swatch has a blue tint to it, which is pretty against the backdrop of the purple. And even I'm seeing blue in the text where I wrote Milky. I see a lot of blue glisten. I keep calling it shimmer. A lot of blue glisten there, and some in the swirlies, but less in the line width section. And while I have ink on my nib, I'm just going to go ahead and put a line down on the chromatography paper so we can use it today. All right, while that's drying, we'll move along. Okay, so, wow. Okay, this is a transparent ink. I can see right through the bottle. Interesting. It must be very light. Nope, it's neon. Oh my goodness, it smells like, I forgot, the scent just came to me. It smells like cough syrup that I remember taking when I was a child. Doesn't smell like fruit cocktail to me. Oh goodness. But it's a very bright orange. I'd almost call it creamsicle or tangerine rather than a fruit cocktail. And the ink that came off the nib for the text is very wet and a very thick line. It's just moving right onto the page. So that makes me rethink my pen choice. I'll have to reconsider what pen and ink nib I would like to use this with a very wet ink. The color kind of reminds me too of the saffron Twisby Eco. All right, put down some ink on my chromatography strip so that, oops, it went through on the page, but that's okay. All right, let's check back with our drying Milky Way. Look at the purple backdrop base ink against that blue shimmer. That is a wonderful pairing, a wonderful idea for a beautiful ink. And the text is quite blue, Milky Way. Yeah, that is so pretty. There's less of the glisten in the line width testing that I did, but more in the swirlies there. So when using the shimmered inks, you just have to agitate your pen and your bottle. So now that this is drying, I'm seeing a few glistens, shimmer dots in this fruit cocktail on the dried side. Interesting. Okay. The chromatography strips are still damp, so I don't want to apply them to the book yet, but we can take a look here and see the ink separation or the color separation on this ink is not very drastic as in other inks that we've had. It seems pretty consistent. You can see when we zoom in here, you can see the shimmer line or the glisten line where the shimmer remained on the application. And then the brightest portion is of the ink is all the way at the top. This one surprised me because the ink laid on the paper in such a consistent fashion. I'm surprised at all the separation we have here. And I assume that bright yellow is what gave this ink the neon shade, the brightness. Okay, I just want to revisit yesterday's vibe, the extreme sheen. It's very hard to see any of the blue base ink on the page. It's all just covered in the red sheen, and this swatch has dried to look like fire. I'm most surprised at this chromatography strip to see that what the separation of inks here on the strip brings us the ink that we see there on the page. And then this one had a variety of colors. All right. Thank you very much for spending your precious moments with me. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.